Hello on this wonderful Friday, or Twiday, whatever the hell it's called. It's Friday and I'm Brad. So I'm here with another vlog going on. And it's kind of rainy outside, it really sort of sucks right now. Not feeling the greatest, it's like the middle of February, so, I apologize for the noise now because my computer is running and it's really, really noisy, and my Xbox is running, it's really, really noisy, and they're like right next to each other, so they kind of make a lot of combined noise with the fans, but I'm pretty sure you can still hear me, so yeah. Anyway, back to Twiday. I've been informed that, every Friday is now Twilight Day, or Twiday for short. I think that's kind of retarded because, I don't think that Twilight fans really have the right to rename a day. I mean, even the 4chan kids just change the name. Like, you've got, like, Catterday and Super Soviet Sunday and stuff. But, like, Twiday? Like, no. I mean, you change the name of days to celebrate good things. Catterday, Saturday, with lolcats. I mean, it just makes sense, right? Everybody likes lolcats. And if you don't, then you really should. That's all there is to it. I mean, Super Soviet Sunday. I mean, like, communist humans. It's great. Twiday. I mean, what's there to celebrate every Friday? Like the fact that like Twilight's still in print. That people are still dumb enough to buy it, to waste money on it. Like, I don't know. Like, I guess that could be what you're celebrating, but really, I don't think there's need. I mean, fine, you could have like maybe like one Wednesday out of every month where you like congregate together and do your little like cult of Stephanie Meyer thing, but just leave the normal people out of it. Leave our days of the week alone. I like Friday the way it is without Twilight in my life. So yeah. So yeah, for my vlog today, I wasn't really sure what I was going to do because I haven't really looked at anyone else's vlogs for this week because my computer kind of died. I didn't really get a chance to do that. So I'm not really sure what they're doing, but I'm just going to kind of like make it up on the spot like I always do. So yeah, since I can't really show you my stuff because I've already kind of done that, I figured I'll just kind of like talk about stuff that I like. So when it comes to stuff that I like, there's this book that I'm reading right here, called it's called Jonathan Strange and Mr Norrel, and it's by Susanna Clarke, and you might have heard of it because it's pretty popular. It's a few years old, came out in 2004, I believe. Actually, you can see my Wizard Rockumentary bookmark going on there. Very awesome. Anyway, basically, it's in that kind of fantasy category. It's really huge. It's like 800 pages, paperback. I love it. The writing's really small too. Like, it's great. It's a long read. I like it. It's basically in that sort of fantasy category where you've got magic in England, but it's not really anything like what I've kind of read before. It basically sort of an alternate retelling of English history in like the early 1800s sort of thing, and there used to be magic in England, but now there isn't. So the only people that everybody knows that magic once existed, right? But the only people that really sort of do anything related to it are these theoretical magicians, and they just study magic out of books. They don't actually do any magic. So then along comes this dude called Mr Norrel, and he's a real magician. He can actually do magic, and he does magic. There's this other dude, Jonathan Strange, and it turns out that he can do magic too. And there was a prophecy a long time ago by this dude called the Raven King. The Raven King was basically the most famous English magician, period, and he said that there would be two magicians eventually in England. One would fear him, the other would long to behold. So you got these two magicians. Mr. Norrel kind of is very afraid of the Raven King. He doesn't like him a lot. He doesn't think he's a very good magician, blah, blah, blah. Jonathan Strange really likes him. He thinks he's great. So eventually, Mr. Norrel takes on Jonathan Strange as his pupil, right? And to train him up because Mr. Norrel's kind of studied it all his life. Jonathan Strange doesn't really know a lot about magic. So eventually, Mr. Norrel's always been very secretive because he's kind of like weeded out all of the other like theoretical magicians and all the like pretend magicians, because there are a lot of people on the street that claim to be magicians that just like, you know, con people out of money and stuff. So he's been shutting them all down, and he's led a very kind of secret life. So, you know, things kind of happen when him and Jonathan Strange kind of get together, because they don't really like each other very much, and, you know, like, they have very different goals. So things kind of go from there. As you can see, this is my first read through, so that's about all I can tell you. I haven't really spoiled too much, I don't think. I'm not even really halfway through this thing. I'm probably about a third of the way through, and it's been a really good read so far. I didn't buy this. I got it for Christmas from my cousin, but you know, I'd recommend it so far. Once I finish it, you know, I'll be able to give you a sort of definitive yes or no, but it's been good so far. The quality of writing is really good. It has all kinds of crazy footnotes and stuff in it too, which I really like, because, you know, footnotes are great for just explaining little details, and Susanna Clarke kind of uses it to talk to the reader directly. So without having like the pretense of trying to reveal information from the characters and stuff, she can just go into the footnotes and just talk to you, right, as a reader, you know, and it really works out well, because, you know, when you have something sort of as complex as this, where just trying to kind of retell everything for you, then you need some background information. And instead of doing like Tolkien does and just having endless exposition, you know, where he just constantly describes everything and goes into little detail, you know, like you've got the novel, and then you've got the footnotes, which kind of help the novel along, right? So it kind of works really well. So yeah, so there's that, and yeah, that's the book I'm reading right now. The next thing I have lined up is my copy of Paradise Lost, with an intro by Philip Pullman, who wrote His Dark Materials, who's very awesome. And, you know, I've been meaning to read Paradise Lost forever, and I've never really gotten around to it. So now that I have a copy, that's what's coming next after this thing right here. So yeah, Jonathan Strange Mr Norrel. I very highly recommend it. It's great. So yeah, so far it's been a good book. So yeah, that's that, you know. Yeah, that's my vlog for today, you know, and I will see you guys on next Friday. Not Twiday, Friday. Yeah, that's where it's at.